I just can't understand why people would think protecting children would be a controversial issue.
Good evening, Mary Baker with Citizens for Quality Education. I'm here again to urgently request that the district rescind the discriminatory anti-bullying policy specifically crafted for Muslim students. This policy disproportionately serves Muslim students and casts aside other students who face severe bullying in equal or greater measure because of their religion, gender, disability, or sexual preference. Both the FBI and DOJ studies continue to report year after year that Jews are by far the biggest targets of religious hate crimes in the United States. This policy favors one religion, Islam, over all others. It is not the role of a government entity, such as a public school, to promote religion. It violates the First Amendment's Establishment Clause, which prohibits unduly favoring one religion over another. In fact, collaboration with CAIR, the Council on American Islamic Relations, raises questions of impermissible, excessive government entanglement with religion. And for these reasons, I ask you that you rescind the policy.
Thank you.
What's up, guys? I'm here to finish what I had to say last time. My name's Christopher Wyrick. The students deserve a good education that we as citizens pay for. You as board members are supposed to make these decisions based on your constituents' input. Ultimately, you have decided that funding an irrelevant and absurd policy based on religious belief is more important than retaining teachers and school programs that could be the key to the future Beethoven, Mozart, Einstein, or even Stephen Hawking. Tons of missed opportunities into retaining quality teachers due to misappropriated funding. Your priorities are way off base, and you should be ashamed of yourself for putting yourself and politics before the children. Kids don't care what, who, or when, or why. They just want to play and learn occasionally. Their minds are like blank pages, and your decision is to write their own ideological book for them. That's the parents' job to teach them those things, not the public school system. I am calling on this board to immediately remove this literature from all San Diego schools. That is an obvious violation of practicing any religious beliefs in public schools. Immediately disavow and remove any work with CAIR from any and all public school curriculum. We also need an immediate review of any funding to a program that are in direct violation of federal law that prevents a bias towards certain religions.
Okay, thank you very much.
Refocus the taxpayers' dollars to things that will help the children succeed when they grow up. Give them pride in themselves, their community, and quit trying to make everyone a victim of society.
Okay,
we don't need Islamophobia taught in our schools. We need education and free will to guide us. We're wasting our money, our time, and our minds of the youth. This is a ridiculous plan.
Thank you.
If you're going to teach Islam in the schools, I just want to make sure that you teach the true Islam.
Can we just have your name, please? I'm sorry.
Roger Ogden.
Thank you.
And not a falsified Islam that has been approved by CAIR. And Muslims teach that Muhammad is the perfect moral example for Muslims to follow, like Christians follow Christ and Buddhists follow Buddha. But the problem is that Muhammad was not a moral person. He beheaded hundreds of people because they did not accept Islam. He waged aggressive war against non-Muslims. He used terror tactics against non-Muslims. He raided caravans to pay for his wars. He engaged in sex slavery. He married a woman after he had beheaded her husband. And he had sex with children. He married a 6-year-old girl and has sex with her when she's 9. And this is in the Muslim literature. And these board members are the bullies.
Okay, thank you.
And I think you should go educate yourself what real Islam is about.
Thanks very much. Okay, if I called your name, please step forward.
Hi, my name is Christy. I could spend all day talking about how CAIR has proven ties to Hamas. But since I know those facts don't concern the district, and because I know everyone here is going to brush me off as some right-wing Islamophobe, I'll spend the few minutes I have talking about something that everyone should be concerned about: the separation of church and state in the public school system. According to CAIR's website, its mission is to enhance the understanding of Islam. If I wanted to enhance my children's understanding of Islam, I would bring them to a mosque. If I wanted to enhance my children's understanding of the Bible, I'd take them to Christian school. I send them to public school. I want them to learn reading, writing, arithmetic in an environment free from religion entirely. And the fact that parents are concerned and that school board isn't concerned, that's ridiculous, because the school talks about tolerance and understanding, and then they tweet snarky, intolerant statements like, quote, "Unfortunate to see some people feeling so threatened and angered by our curriculum without knowing what's actually in it. No place for hate, hashtag." But if the district is going to publicly criticize concerned parents for not knowing the curriculum, perhaps the district needs to be more transparent.
Thank you very much.
But transparency isn't something the district has lacked for it's something they've lacked
We're going to
for
have
quite
to
some
ask you
time.
to step aside, please, so other people can speak. Thank you.
Well, this is basically opening up the door for indoctrination of our children. This is public school, and religion should not be in this.
Thank you.
CAIR has actually been on record.
Thank you.
CAIR has been on record saying, fighting plans just like this, saying separation of church and state is unconstitutional. So why can't we? It's the same legal argument.
Let the next person speak. Thank you.
You all know I'm right.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Marian Ali. I'm a parent of Grover High School and Man Middle School and Marshall Elementary School. There is no hate. We want our children to learn, read, write, speak. We didn't send them to be a bully and somebody pulling them hijab and asking their religion. We traumatize and run away from our homeland with war and all the things you can even imagine. We don't want another war. We are here for peace. We want our children to learn like every other child have to learn. We are not here. We are not here for separation. They don't know anything about even the Islamic Sharia. If you ask them, they don't even know. They're here to learn. They're here to play with everybody else. Our children, they've been traumatized. We don't want another trauma. We are here for peace. We are thankful what we have. Continuous and be a good leadership. Please stop this hate that somebody created that is not going to work. Thank you.
Yes, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Waad ku mahadsantihiin.
Thank you.
Hawshaad bilowdeen waa ku mahadsantihiin.
She's very happy about the work you guys started doing with the anti-Islamophobia.
Could you speak into the microphone? I'm sorry. Yeah.
She's very thankful about the work that you guys are doing with the current Islamic, the anti-bullying agenda.
Thank you.
Waxaa ardaydeena oo refujiga ah iyo kuwa muslimka ah ayaa iskuulada noo dhigta waa la bully gareeyaa.
She said, as knowing that we have refugee immigrant students there that are being constantly bullying, we're very happy that you guys started this.
Waxaan rabnaa inaan ugu taageertiin oo ilaalisaan sida sharciga uu dhigaayo caruurta cunug kasta oo iskuul dhigta inuu safety ku dhigto.
She says, and she wants you guys to uphold by the school standards and the laws put in place that every student is safe when they're at school.
Waxaa lagu bully gareeyaa xijaabkooda ama kalarkooda.
She said, and we know that kids get bullied by the color of their skin or even the Somali or Muslim women who wear hijabs.
So Muslim or non-Muslim, waxaan rabnaa inay safe iskuulkooda dhigtaan.
She's a Muslim or non-Muslim. We want all students to be safe.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Adan Nyamagam, the Crawford Community Connection at Crawford High School. I'm here to ask standing solidarity with the district for your steadfast leadership in making sure that our schools are safe for every kid, no matter your background, no matter who you worship, how you worship, the color of your skin, what you wear. They're just there to learn. And if what we have seen, we have people coming here and standing and saying that there's things that we have had people say, what do you think they're telling their kids at home? They're the same kids that are going to the same schools that our kids go to. What do they tell them to go do to our kids? So as a district and learning institution, you should take leadership on that. And we are, as parents, we are totally fearful of the lives of our children's safety because of who they worship. People will come here, claim to be parents, the same schools that we send our kids to. And then what do their kids watching them? What do their kids do? They go to school and the same people pull the hijabs off our kids. The same people kick our kids when they're praying. The same people who our kids do share schools with.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. She gave me the minute because she have a sore throat, so I'm gonna speak up.
We don't give time, but if you want to translate, please. You go ahead and translate. Please. Yeah. Yeah.
I try to speak,
Yes.
but I don't have enough English to talk.
No.
Then I say, Americans is Americans. We need safe, one nation, and help each other. We don't need hate each other. We need help each other.
Thank you.
Okay.
My name is Mark Pierce. I'm a student of Kevin Beiser. I went to Granger Junior High School back when he worked there. I'm speaking to oppose this so-called anti-bullying creation for Muslim students. According to the San Diego district's numbers, it has a total student population of 130,000. And out of those last year, there have been 7 reported instances of religious-based bullying, and it doesn't specify which religion it was that singled out. There's no inexplicable reason to reach out to a specific religious community for such a thing, and it's unconstitutional. It violates the Establishment Clause guaranteeing not reaching out to any specific religions. This is an attempt to Islamize public schools, and the board members of this are falling for it based on identity politics and for other reasons. I hope you take my word seriously. Thank you, as a former student.
In the interest of time, I will proceed. I am Dr. Newman. I'm a research clinical psychologist, and in that capacity, that's the reason I'm here. I started my elementary school education in Linda Vista. My son, Robert Carver Newman III, was the bicentennial baby of the city of San Diego, born July 16, 1969. Thank you for your recognition. Now, I received my bachelor's degree and my master's degree from San Diego State and my PhD from the California School of Professional Psychology in San Diego. I have published empirical research on primary grade children in peer-reviewed journals, and for the record, I am opposed to the preferential teaching of Islam under the guise of bullying. We need a clear definition of bullying. Abandon the notion. My assistant at a later time will finish this report.
Okay.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Mr. Funicaro, abandon the notion. I personally could tell you that when I was a bully, it was because I had problems at home. So the problem doesn't exist because of a specific group of people. It comes from people who are troubled and don't have a manner of managing their anger. So if they direct it towards a certain type of people, that's not enough to institute and bring about a teaching of a religion that is not about peace. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Susan Schroeder, and I urgently request San Diego Unified School District Board of Trustees rescind the discriminatory anti-bullying policy crafted specifically for Muslim students. I'm also going to speak specifically to the district's continued declining enrollment. There are many parents that are out there that are, as of this time, are just becoming aware of what's going on here in this policy that you're trying to implement, and they will be pulling their students from San Diego Unified. This policy disproportionately serves Muslim students. Both the FBI and DOJ studies continue to report year after year that Jews are by far the biggest targets of religious hate crimes in the United States. In 2015, more than 60% of anti-religious hate crimes were against Jews. The Times of San Diego published a report on April 24th, 2017, indicating there is a 33% increase in anti-Semitic incidents reported in San Diego County in 2016 compared to the year prior. The Anti-Defamation League noted a spike in incidents since November and a doubling in the amount of bullying and vandalism at non-denominational K-12 grade schools. It is unfair and hateful to favor one set of students over another.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Jim Cummins, and I'm here to address the issue of bullying against Muslim students. I think to show preferential attention to any group does not, it's basically equal protection under the law is what we're guaranteed. And that's not equal protection. That's elevating one group above others. I didn't listen to all the presentations of the people that thought we should proceed with this as far as addressing Muslim students, but I think bullying should end no matter who's bullied. And I don't care what their religion, their color, their creed, or their national origin. So to single out Muslim students is obviously not a proper thing to do. Are you not going to protect a kid that's not a Muslim? Are you going to give preferential safe places to Muslim students? What about other people? So let's stop bullying, but let's not pick on those groups that are not bullied enough. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brent Williams. I'm a resident and parent here in San Diego, and I'm here to say that I'm strongly request that you rescind the anti-bullying policy that favors and promotes Islam in public schools. I was shocked to learn that this agenda, which blatantly promotes Islam, was passed under the guise of an anti-bullying policy. Don't get me wrong, I'm completely against this discrimination bullying of all kids, including Muslims. But anti-bullying, anti-discrimination, and anti-bigotry should apply equally to and be enforced for all students. If bullying is really what you're concerned about here, then that's what you should be focused on, without giving preferential treatment to Muslims or promoting Islamic religion and culture in public schools, which is a blatant violation of the separation of church and state. This group should not be given preferential treatment, nor should the teaching of its ideology be encouraged or forced upon the impressionable minds of our children. What makes this curriculum even more ridiculous is that Islamic ideology and Sharia law discriminate against Jews, Christians, homosexuals, women, and anyone who oppose their ideology. Islamic ideology and Sharia law are incompatible with the U.S. Constitution and free speech, and promoting them actually undermines our nation. I'm almost done. I just want to say, not only is promoting Islam under the guise of an anti-bullying policy unconstitutional, but it's hypocritical, it's a waste of resources, and I strongly urge you to rescind this discriminatory policy. I'm sorry for going over, but I just feel strongly, okay, my kids are growing up here, and it's important. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I wanted to speak quickly to the sex ed implications. Schools are meant to teach facts.
Just give us your name, please. I'm sorry.
Summer Boger.
Okay, thank you.
Schools are meant to teach facts. A sperm and an egg are the beginning of life of a new baby. Anything else regarding gender is going to be gender dysphoria if it's not an XX chromosome equals a female and an XY chromosome equals a male. Biology 101, it takes about 6,500 genetic changes to go from a male to a female. It is not science to subject young, influential minds to these ideas and more. It's experimentation. Your genetic makeup will not magically change because you think you're a fruit. It's not age appropriate to make changes to the sexual identity curriculum. I am here protecting children from encouraged sexual behaviors. Teaching sex ed is what you are to do, not sexuality ed. Sexual experimentation can lead to many problems: broken hearts, broken relationships, broken families, angered souls, pornography, sexual addiction, STDs, teen pregnancy, and baggage that you take into those relationships and marriage. The curriculum is...
Okay, thank you very much.
The curriculum is detailed, graphic, and oral, anal and vaginal sex, and encourages behaviors including masturbation to young children.
Okay, could you conclude your thought, please?
So I support schools that have rules like no violence, no cursing, no bullying, and it's not the school's job to be apologetic to any culture, whether it's LGBT or Muslims.
Okay, thank you very much.
I oppose the sexual education and the Muslim policies and would love to tell you more about what I support, but you're not going to give me time.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Grant Freeman, and I'm a San Diego native, San Diego schooled, and a conservative Christian business owner. And I'm concerned that this anti-Islam bullying policy, that frankly it addresses a policy that wasn't properly vetted, and in fact it relies on special interest opinions, not good evidence. We are a nation of immigrants. All that swear allegiance to our Constitution and peacefully follow the law are welcome. God loves all people. He doesn't see us as subgroups. And we need to be careful that we don't see each other as subgroups to be marginalized and overprotected. Kids get along. All of us with gray hair remember our school experience. Kids get along. We've been busy taking God out of the schools the last 60 years, and I would encourage you to look carefully at the policy that may allow Sharia to creep in. Remember, Sharia is not just religion, it's also government. I thank you and respectfully ask you to reevaluate this policy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Alice Kaiser, and I came here to ask you to please rescind this odious policy that you have adopted. You must have voted on this policy under the assumption that our San Diego Unified students are rascals, that they are potential bullies. That is wrong, because one student may get out of line perhaps one time. You are condemning the whole district and populations of students. That is wrong. The students have a right to speak out if they see you wrong. Bullying is wrong by the students, it's wrong by the adults, it's also wrong by this board. You have become the super bullies of San Diego County. By your policy, you're intimidating the students from speaking. I urge you to rescind this terrible law and policy. Thank you.
Hello. My name is Sherry Williams, and I am a born and raised San Diego resident with grandchildren in the public school. I urgently request you to rescind the discriminatory anti-bullying policy that was crafted in favor of Muslim students. It is inappropriate and unconstitutional to promote Islam in public schools. Particularly disturbing is the development of this policy from a survey from the ISPU, which is affiliated with a terrorist group, as well as the district establishing formal partnerships with CAIR, which has been named a terrorist group by the United Arab Emirates. The harassment of Muslims is a small portion of the total incidence of bullying, it is both unfair and well wasteful to use tax dollars to promote Muslim culture and beliefs instead of focusing on the protection of all children. I urge you to rescind the anti-bullying policy that favors Muslim children and promotes the Islamic faith and culture.
Thank you. Okay, and I appreciate people sticking around until the end of the meeting, and we are adjourned. Thank you.